I've always loved sparkling water before that, but the fact that I know what my favorite sparkling water is, and now I need to hunt that restaurant down. I forgot what restaurant we went to. That means I would have to literally communicate with my ex and ask them, hey, what was that restaurant we went to? I don't want to do that. Hey, welcome to, I guess a rough draft of a weird idea I'm trying to do. But as you can see, I'm in my sewing studio. I know it looks like this. Don't worry. If you are a One Day One fan, just remember where we started. just remember we were where we started. So on today's episode, we are going to talk about a lot of things because here's what we're sipping. As you can see, it's sparkling water with flavor. Yes, I am one of those people. So, I'm one of those people. I like sparkling water. I love sparkling water. Beautiful. I love sparkling water. Do I have a favorite? Okay, I don't even know where I do have a favorite. I just don't know how to find it. If you want to know what's my favorite brand of sparkling water, because I am one of those people who drink sparkling water. Yes. Honestly, I know what it is, but I don't know the brand. The first time and the last time I had it was probably the best sparkling water I've ever had in my entire life. In fact, I think I would even say that it's so good that it makes people who do not like sparkling water become sparkling water lovers. And I don't even know what it is. I don't even know what brand it is either. When I first tried it, and actually I didn't even realize, because I like sparkling water. It was me and my ex-boyfriend's our first date as an official couple, and we went to this beautiful French restaurant in, I think it was in Manhattan. It was in New York, and we tried it, and well, we didn't try it because we knew it was something different. It was just offered to us. It was just complimentary water, the usual. And holy scratcher, that was the best. It was so good. It was so good. I was literally taking sips and going God, what the heck? Oh, it was so good. So if you're wondering, does sparkling water have levels to it? Yes, it does. It really does. So I mean, I've always loved sparkling water before that, but the fact that I know what my favorite sparkling water is, and now I need to hunt that restaurant down. I forgot what restaurant we went to. That means I would have to literally communicate with my ex and ask them, hey, what was that restaurant we went to? I don't want to do that. We're not there yet. But that's the sip. So that's the sip. Now the sew. The sew is this. As you can see, I am covering this because actually this is kind of private. I can't really expose this. I can't expose what county, what city it is, but just understand I am taking a patch off for a person in uniform and putting on a different patch because actually they wanted to change the patch. It's the same patch, but it's two different colors, and they want the other patch to be black, and they don't want the blue one. So, and he ran to me, he's like, can you do this? And you know what most seamstress and fashion designers love more than sewing, and their bobbin runs out while they're doing a sewing, specifically on a burrito technique, and they don't find out that it ran out until the very end, is when you come to us with last minute is when you come to us with last minute stuff. And now we have to figure it out. So literally I have, I think, less than 5 hours. It's 2:00 now. I have less than 5 hours to take these patches off and then put a new patch on. And I have to be very meticulous about this because actually the way I looked at the stitching for it, it's whoever put it on, they did a really meticulous, beautiful job. So I'm gonna have to be very careful with it. So another thing is that when I do the stitching again, I'm gonna have to make sure the top stitching matches the patches, the embroidery edgings, you know. And then like wait, let me show you. I'm gonna have to make sure that let me go, here we go. I'm gonna have to make sure the top stitching matches this, and then the bottom stitching, like the bobbin, is black, so it's very visible. So this is going to be a Russian case, so I'm not gonna really like go through it right now. We're starting off with taking it off meticulously. I started, like, if you're ever taking off a patch, I would say start from the behind part like this, go back in and just go and just do a few knits and few knits, because you don't want to damage the stuff. So you don't want to damage the garment, you don't want to damage the patch, you don't want to have too much damage. So you go back in there and you just do a simple snip on each thread, and then you go onto the front part of it and you run it through. And here's how you run it through. You have the bobbin, this bold part here, you take it and you run it through and you slide it through. As you can see, I'm like making sure you slide it through, you slide it through. You take this part right here, this ball part needs to go under, not over. Do not do that, because that's how you damage your fabric, your garments. You keep it under and you slide it right through. Okay, as you can see, I was able to like get like majority of the patches off, but I'm on the last patch now. But because it's the way it is intertwined, as you can see, I'm in like the second ones now. So because the patch is on the shell of the coat and not in the lining, it's not sewn through the lining, I'm gonna have to literally cut this open just so I can get to the patch and take it off. So that's the next part. Let's use my golden scissors. Yep. Oop, he's gonna be, well, you know what? That's what his ass is. Now, this is the black patch that I have to sew onto the other jacket. And as you can see with this one, the patches that were sewn onto that jacket were a straight stitch, while as in the patches that were sewn onto this black jacket, they are a zigzag stitch. Another thing that I noticed with the blue patches that were on the other jacket is that they used black as the bobbin thread, and then they used invisible or like see-through clear thread for the top stitching, so you don't even see it. Now I don't have clear thread on hand, and because this is last minute, I can't go to the store to get it. So we're gonna use, but I noticed in this one they use yellow thread for their top stitching. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use yellow thread for the top stitching, because actually let me see, I'll show you. Because the lining edging on this one that's going to be sewn on the jacket, on the blazer, is this color yellow, and I actually have this color yellow in my stock. So we're going to use that. But yeah, this is progress. Okay, so now that I got the patches off, and now the patches are off and they're ready to be sewn on, before I do that, I'm going to take I'm going to do an outline so I can make sure I get this right. And yes, I'm using my my juicer book. I'm going to take and like basically draw the outline of where the placement is, because I'm pretty sure they're very meticulous about this, and I want this to be pretty right. So I'm gonna trace out basically with Taylor's chalk. This is a really good brand. I forgot what it is, but if you can look at it, if you honestly, I'll do some, if you really want me to know, I'll send you. But this is like, I use some Taylor chalk, and basically I'm drawing out the thing. This is not a regular coloring pencil. This is a Taylor chalk, so it's for basically for things like this. So I'm drawing out the outline of where the former patch was, so I can have a proper placement for the new patch. Well, for the new patch, as you can see, I'm making sure I'm getting everywhere, making sure I get it right. And I'm using not a coloring pencil, a Taylor's chalk pencil. as you can see. And I don't even have to press on it lightly for it to stick on. I'm like literally doing the lightest dabs. And like lightly, as you can see, look. I'm barely, like, look at that. I can even do my pinky. Look at me. I'm holding this with my pinky and I can do that. And then look at that. It's literally showing up because I barely touched it. And that's how you know it's Tailor Chalk. With Tailor Chalk, you don't have to press really hard for it to show up. Good Tailor Chalk, you don't have to do that. If you're doing with a coloring pencil, I'm pretty sure you have to press really hard for it to work. So then, as you can see, I like basically traced out where the former stitch patch was, and as you can see, I'm going to start placing the new patch on this area, and I'm going to have a better control of where it is. So let's begin. It's New Year. How are y'all holding up on your resolutions? I'm holding up pretty good. I'm doing amazing. I think I am going to glue it on and then stitch it down so that it can at least like be stuck down there. Because actually, honestly, the patch, wait, no, I can't because then it'll damage the jacket. But when I picked up the patch for the other jacket, it was their like duty jacket, basically when they're on duty working. So one thing I noticed about the two patches and how they were sewn on and put on is that this one, the black one, it was on their working jacket, the one they wear every day, and the way it was stitched, it was a zigzag stitch, so probably it needs to be durable. Zigzag stitch is pretty durable, so that's what it is. Another thing I noticed is that it was reinforced with fabric glue, so, or whatever type of adhesive. I'm not really sure what type of adhesive, but I'm gonna assume it's fabric glue, but it also could be just like one of those other adhesives, and that's probably could be what it is. And because actually for a study, I would do that too for this one, for this project. However, the problem is that this is a jacket and you don't want to damage a jacket. This is a jacket and you don't want to damage it that much. But he said it's just for a thing, so, and he said he doesn't care how it gets on there, so just do it. So he's even giving me the green light to just, if you need to fabric glue it to save time, honey, fabric glue it. So my plan is so how we're gonna do this one is I'm gonna simply get some edging hem tape, iron it on so it can hold in place, and then I'm gonna go over it with a stitch instead of fabric glue, which could be a little messy, and also this has lining in it. I don't want it to ruin the lining. Ruin the lining, so I'm going to use a hem tape, and I'm going to cross my fingers because, like I said, I don't do this type of work at all, so I don't even know. But yeah, I'm going to just probably start off with some hem tape to like make sure it stays in place, and then I'm going to stitch it on. Would I use fabric glue? I would, but actually I don't want to take those chances. So let's get to hem tape. I'm gonna use some hem tape, and so let's get to work. So let's have some chit chat while we do this and sipping, because I need some water. But so how are y'all doing with y'all New Year's resolutions? I know it's January 7th, so it's a little bit early to be asking y'all, but I feel I made a lot of resolutions this year, and I have the confidence that I am about to actually fulfill all of my resolutions and stick with them. I have that great feeling that I'm going to do that. Like, it's only the 7th day, but I feel like I'm killing it in my resolutions. So, and I think the reason why I am able to kill it in my resolutions is because I had a lot of practice, a lot of trial runs and I experimented a lot in 2023. So now that I know what I like, what I don't like, what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna invest in, and what are some good alternatives to certain things that I'm cutting out. Oh, honey, this is a lot easier. It's a lot easier for me to stay on track with it. There are some things that I'm probably gonna have a little bit of a hard time doing, but I've made sure I put myself in a position so it will be a lot easier in the new year, in this coming new year. So I'm pretty proud of myself for that. Let's see. So I'm pretty proud of myself for that one. Speaking into the New Year's, have y'all met y'all New Year's babies yet? I haven't heard. Nobody really talks about the New Year's babies. Was there a New Year's baby? I don't know. It would have been nice to know. I would have loved to know a New Year's baby, but I don't know a New Year's baby. But so I met someone who was close to being a New Year's baby. My boss, she had a baby, and he looks so adorable. He looked like if copy and paste was a thing, but in human form. He literally has her entire face, and it's freaking her out. And I'm like, that's funny. I can't imagine, but I mean, it must be some type of it must be so weird and uncanny valley to like literally go through that process and literally give birth to what essentially looks just like you in baby form. And it's just like and then the thing is that it looks exactly like you, so it looks like you gave birth to yourself. And it's just like, it's like that it's just oh god, I can't even. Oof. But Lord help her. Lord help her. I just pinned this right. I might have to adjust it a little bit. So next up, speaking of other babies that were born, have you ever, like, when you were a kid, played tag with a group of your classmates, and you tag somebody and you're like, tag, you're it, and they were like, I wasn't tagged. I didn't get tagged. Nobody tagged me. I didn't get tagged. And then they like, and this is the point where like you tagged them, your classmates saw you tagged them, the teacher saw you tagged them, but they want to stick to their story of I was not tagged. You didn't tag me. And then so y'all proceeded along with the game. And then at the end of recess, y'all going back, everybody's talking about how all the awesome, cool tags they got hit with, or they were tagging someone with. And then the kid who said they wasn't tagged jumps out and says, oh my God, I can't believe that you tagged me so good. And then everybody's like, but you said that she didn't tag you, even though we all saw she tagged you. So it's like, and then they respond, well, yeah, I know she tagged me, but I just want to still play. I still wanted to play. I didn't want to be out. So that's why I didn't want to get tagged. That's why I said wasn't tagged, even though I was. Even though I literally cried in front of everybody saying I wasn't tagged, and y'all are making it up. That's how I feel about certain situations that are happening right now. I'm not about to name drop anybody, because actually that is just how I feel about it. I'm like, how are you going to play in people's faces? People who are a lot older than you and who probably have kids that are the same age as you, and you say you weren't tagged, even though we all have been tagged before. Either we have been tagged or we've seen somebody get tagged, and you're saying that you weren't tagged until the very end when recess is over and we're all heading back to class. Girl, stay untagged. You weren't tagged. I'm messy, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm sorry, but I feel gaslit. The fact that you were calling names and saying we were weird and that we should mind our own business. No. What you're not gonna do is play in my face and then call us mad weird when we point out what we see, because we got two eyes, you got two eyes. You have the right to do what you did. You have your reasons. You have the right to your reasons for what you did. I understand. Trust me, I understand. I've seen too many situations that went down. I clearly understand. But we, as the audience, have the right to be pissed off and hit ignore on you. we're gonna hit ignore. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just hit ignore. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't see it. I was like doing some shopping because I'm actually about to move soon and I'm about to have my own place for a brief moment of time. And I was looking for kitchen appliances that I need because I cook and I need to cook, and I'm not about to eat out every damn day. For goodness sakes, no, I'm not about to do that. So I saw, like, I was looking for some good quality kitchen appliances, and I was like down this rabbit, and I went down a rabbit hole that I'm still down that rabbit hole, and that is all in one kitchen appliances. And I was like, it was literally, I was on Amazon and I was just like looking, and I literally typed in, like, what did I type in? I typed in blender. And I was like really specific. I wanted a pink blender because, if you know, I'm such a pink girly. I love pink so much. And I came across this monstrosity. It's a 6-in-1 blender. It's ridiculous. Like, I'm about to talk about it, but there was just some features on there that I'm just like shook it. It's like one of those huge Blick mixers with a blender in the back. Like, yes, a blender for your smoothies, and a meat grinder in the front. Then there was another one that was where it was the mixer, then a blender in the back, and then like a juicer in the front. And I'm just like, what in the tarnations is this? Like part of me, I was shocked. Don't get me wrong, I was shocked. But part of me was like, it looks so crazy. I thought it was photoshopped. I thought it was photoshopped. I did not think that was a real thing. So I had to literally click on it and go through the Amazon reviews to see that, is this a real item or did y'all get some hoopla? And it's a real item. I was like, yo, you can't be serious. I don't know if this was overkill style design. It looked like, to be honest, it looked like something a kid would draw. I'm sorry. It looked like something a kid would draw. Like, if a kid was trying to create an invention and it wanted to create like a billion things in one, it would literally draw all the pictures of different things and then just like basically mishmashed in there. And I'm just like, this looks like a kid's drawing coming to life. Whoever did this, I don't even know what to say to you. I don't know if I should call you a genius or you I don't know, bro. That was wild. That's wild. And I looked into it because actually, like, even though it looks crazy, low key, high key, I kind of want it. Like, if I can get like, because I'm a juicer, I like to cook, I need a blender for my cooking, and also, like, if I can, I don't use a mixer, so I don't have no use for it. But I mean, like, if I have it, I'll just use it. My brother, he uses a mixer a lot. I don't, so it would be really more for him than for me. And if I can, and it had, like, it says 6-in-1, so there's probably 3 more other appliances that are a part of it that I haven't really looked deep into, but I'm gonna look into it more. But if it was like, if it works, who am I? Like, sheesh. I mean, like, I wouldn't have too much problem spending like maybe a few coins. Like, it, like, because the cheapest one I saw was like $100, and the most expensive one I saw was like around $200. So I mean, like, but the rest of them are like in the mid 200s, 150 range. So I have no problem spending that type of coin on something that has everything in one, than compared to buying 3 to 4 different appliances and spend well over $200 on just appliances alone. So I'm just like thinking, let's see. Okay, so not surprised, the cheap one that I looked into, it has so many malfunctions. A lot of people, it was down the middle with that one. That the reviews on the cheap one that I saw, it was down the middle. Either they loved it or they straight up hated it and thought it was trash. And they were honest, real reviews, because actually one of them said, like, it's a great product until it burns out. And if you know, when you have a broken appliance, it's just cheaper to just get a new one compared to just simply going to get it fixed. Plus, I'm gonna be far away, and I won't have a car for a while now, because I'm leaving my car here with my brother, And I'm not going to be able to drive around that much. So I won't even know where to go get it fixed if it burns out on me. And low key, I don't want to have to deal with the headaches of that. So I might not indulge in it, but I'm going to do some research in it. And if it is like, if it has everything like a blender, a juicer, and some other fun stuff that I do need in a kitchen appliance all at once, you know, and I just get a good quality one, I won't just get that cheap one, I'll just get the like a better quality version of it. I mean, like, it saves space and it literally saves me money. It looks like it just will save me a lot of money, and I can get it in pink. So let's see. Also, if you have one of those monstrosities in your kitchen, please give me, and you use it on a daily and you vouch by it, please give me some recommended brands, okay? Because I might. It's crazy, but I might. Okay, so I just got off the phone with him. We have 2 hours left to have this done. Oh my God, yo. And it has to be done in a very meticulous way. So in order for it to not be so out of place, because like I said, he's a man in uniform and they kind of look for that stuff. So it's like, I can't be screwing it up. So as you can see, I can't be really screwing it up. Or that's how I feel, because I've dealt with military people before, and you can't be messing up their clothes like that. So this is going to be very hard. I know I can get this done in an hour, but we're just gonna have to pick up the pace. I'm gonna start, so because of the way the patches worked and I was looking at how they were done, I'm doing a straight stitch. I'm gonna do a straight stitch on it, and then also I'm gonna use black thread as the bobbin, and then yellow thread is this top. You guys, it's 5 o'clock. It's done. Okay, the only thing that I did differently, it went pretty smoothly, except for there was only one thing that I did differently, and that is basically I had to change the bobbin. So the bobbin was supposed to be black, but when I did a test strip, because you know, before you make any type of stitch, do a test strip to make sure everything sews right, especially with delicate things, because sometimes you can't, once it's done, you can't undo it. It came out looking like this, as you can see. Like, the bobbin was showing peek through on the top stitch, and the thing is that it's like the top is yellow while the bobbin is blue. I mean, the bobbin is black, and it's gonna peek through the yellow embroidery. So I was like, I'm not about to take any chances. I was saying, like, maybe it won't show through, and I switched it out. So now it's uniformed, yellow at the top, yellow at the bottom. But other than that, it came out pretty nice. Not bad for my first time sewing on people in uniforms. Patches. I'm gonna tell him the good news, because he's gonna be so happy that I got it done for him before, and he now has like at least an hour to spare. So yeah. Now, if you want to know what type of needle I use to sew on the a uniform patch onto a uniform or a jacket, I used because actually I used a Singer. I used a 100/16 needle. And because of the type of style, because it was on the sleeve, I didn't use my industrial sewing machine. I used my commercialized at-home sewing machine, so I can have a better control over it. So if you wanted to do this on like a patch that's like on a sleeve of yours, it's like the sleeve is already attached, so you needed the patch to be put on there. I would say just use your regular at-home sewing machine. Just take out the little compartment, and then also change your needle from whatever needle you had it to a 100/16 needle. Or but that's for Singers. It's basically a leather. Use a leather needle. Use the needles that you normally use for leather. So 100/16 would do good, or a 90. Use a 100/16 or a 90/40. So now let's send them the text message, and so you can come pick his stuff up. Okay, I hope you I hope you enjoyed this video and the light bit of talk. And if you want to continue more dialogue in the comment section, I'm so there. If you like to see this and see more versions of this and, well, a lot better improved, just hit your version of the follow button and make sure your notifications are on so you'll see the next one. Thank you. Bye, and happy sipping sewing.